What's up, and welcome to On Tap Sports, the channel where we cover all the sports, not so much of the time anymore, unfortunately. I'll go over all that in just a second. First, let me know if the mic is working. It's been a minute, so I just want to make sure before I start talking up a storm to make sure the audio is working, so I'll wait to see some comments to be sure on that. Hope everybody is doing well tonight. I'm really excited about this. I really need to shut up until I make sure that my mic's working, but we'll see. I am excited about this, man. This trivia I've made is fun. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate that. The trivia I made is fun, man. I would like to play it. I'll tell you that. I think it's gonna be confusing. I got some things to go over. We're not going to start right away. We're going to let some people trickle in or whatever that may want to, because really it's one of those things where once it gets started, we won't be able to. They'll already be behind so many points or whatever. What up, Fernando? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, NFL kid. What's up, man? Thanks, Hayden. Appreciate you, buddy. It's been so long, I changed my name. All right. Well, who were you then? I was about to say I don't recognize that name. I used to be Carolina guy. Oh no, notice I know that one. All right, good deal. Great setup, Ray. Thanks, Lori. I think it looks good tonight. Pretty good. For somebody that's been off practice already. We already got 17 in the house. That's really good, man. This trivia is going to be awesome. Like, it's not just like basic. I think it's going to be awesome. It's not just basic, like, it's not just basic regular questions or whatever. It's like different types of categories and stuff like that. So I've been going to a trivia every Tuesday night with my friends. And so I kind of based it off of that and just put a sports version of it instead. Hayden, it's not just going to be first to answer. So the rules are going to be in the bottom. There's only 3 rules. The number one is don't Google anything. Please don't Google anything. We're not winning anything. We don't win anything tonight. Like, it's not going to be any of that kind of trivia. It's going to be to, have fun with the community, hang out. You test your guys' sports knowledge. What up, Cassidy? Good to see you, man. What up, Colton? Good to see you, brother. Jay, what's up, man? Hummus, good to see you. Lori, good to see you. 2016 Cavaliers, good to see you. Are you watching the MLB playoffs? I'm not. I'm going to be watching Monday Night Football. I have fallen behind big in fantasy football. I'm 30 points down, but I do have Patrick Mahomes, so I doubt he'll get 30 points, but he's capable of it, that's for sure. But, yeah, don't Google. Don't post your answer on the chat until what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask the question. I'm going to say, I'll let you know when you can post your answer if you want to post your answer, but try not to post your answer before everybody has a chance to think about what they want to answer and stuff like that. So, no, it's not going to be first answer. It's going to be honor system, stuff like that or whatever. The winner wins nothing but pride, okay? And I'm going to know, I'm kind of going to have an idea. I know my community. What up, Mark? Good to see you, boy. Imran, good to see you. Mark with that pure jump shot, man. Always good to see that. Caleb, good to see you, my friend. What up, Joseph? Great to see you, buddy. What was I going to say? Yeah, I have a good idea of who really knows, like, the ins and outs of sports. So I'll know who's cheating and lying or whatever, but I trust you guys. I hope that, I hope that we don't have any kind of cheating like that or whatever. That kind of spoils the fun. What I will say is, and we will get started here, actually I'll get started on the trivia in like maybe 5 minutes or so, give a little bit more time for people to trickle in again, because once we get started, people won't be able to catch up with the points, So we'll give it about 5 more minutes. If you want to, grab a pen and paper, because, each question, there's 10 questions. Each question's worth different amounts of points and stuff like that. Some of the questions you're going to kind of need to write down. You're going to, if there's math questions related to jersey numbers and stuff like that. So I would grab a pen and paper if I were you personally. So when you say we say our answer, yeah, correct. So I'm going to trust you either way. What you already had in your, written on your paper, or answer in your head or whatever. Again, you don't win anything. So just. Like, I personally, when I play trivia, I don't want to cheat or whatever. I want to know how I really did, 44th yesterday, still dunking, my man. Not me at 5'6". I ain't doing that. I got let me know what you're drinking tonight. I got Sweet Baby Jesus. You may know much about that. It's a chocolate peanut butter porter. It's pretty yummy. I'm looking forward to having it. That is the third rule, which is when Ray's not drinking, when he's not doing a good job drinking, let me know below. Your daily reminder that Mel Tucker is Brady Hoke with a headset. Hey, anybody that's been here for a length of time, I called that, didn't I? Which it's not coming to full fruition yet. We don't know, but I thought Michigan State paid Mel way too much money, man. I never seen that before. Well, I've seen it before, but pretty rare for somebody who loses everywhere he goes, and then you know, and then he's all of a sudden like signed to a huge contract for I don't know. That was wild to me. Bum, 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 my man Spaghetti. Appreciate that, man. Welcome back, he says. $1.99. Appreciate you, buddy. Thanks for that, my friend. It's great to be back. We'll go into that really quick and then we'll get started. So yeah, man, like, I mean, you guys know what's been going on. It had been like the toughest year of my life. I think I'm finally through it all. I think I'm really, done a good job of working on me, getting healthy, all that stuff. Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, everything. I've done a lot of work on myself, and it's been great. And to be honest with you, man, I've told you guys this before. My community the YouTube community has been one of the most loyal people because obviously I'm not posting videos. I was grinding, I was getting everything done on YouTube, and then the divorce happened, and my dad passed away, and I had my son on the weekends. And last year, what I was doing, I had my son on the weekends, so I wouldn't stream on those weekends, and then I would stream on the weekends where I didn't have them. Well, over time, it kind of got to the point where it's like, I'm streaming on the opposite weekends where I don't have my son, and I'm also, doing stay-at-home work. So it got to the point where it's like I'm not spending any time with my friends, my family, nothing. I'm having no interaction. And if anybody's ever experienced something like that, you start to get become kind of like a loner or whatever. And you need to, that's not me at all. As you guys know, I'm not a loner personality. I like to talk. I like to be personable, and it just wasn't healthy for me at all. And so I don't know when that's going to change. I don't know when anything's going to change. I mean, right now that's how it is. So basically what's happening now is every weekend I have my son every other weekend, and the other weekends I'm spending time with friends and family because I need to, so life is growth, man. If you ain't learning, you're not living. As long as you're getting through those hurdles and growing, you're all good, man. Nice to see you. Never give up. My man, Mark, I appreciate that. Absolutely. Perseverance is huge for me, man. I've really learned that over this last year. Thanks, Cassie. I appreciate that, man. I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. I told you guys about the Amazon opportunity last year. And it's like, I honestly, you know me, I'm not a bragger. I'm doing this because I know you guys would be happy to hear this. I'm making the most money I've ever made in my life, and I'm not even having to work. I'm working 20, 25-hour week, and it's great. That's great because I'm able to really do. I'm able to use that money and just do fun things with my son and stuff like that, and it's been awesome. Dominic, my man, bum, 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 bum. What's up, buddy? Appreciate that, man. Welcome back, brother. Happy to see you. Thanks, buddy. Huge game this weekend. Huge game. I'm assuming because I contacted you on Facebook a few times here or there or whatever, and I just kind of assumed that you're unable to go to the game, right? But if whatever reason that changes, let me know because I did buy the tickets today, and we can figure something out if we need to. I bought 2 tickets, one for me, one for my uncle. But if we need to figure something out, but I'm assuming. I won't put your business out there, but I know what happened and everything or whatever, or not what happened. It was a good thing or whatever, but Dominic's growing his family or whatever. So he's probably pretty busy as a father right now. Appreciate you, man. It'll be a great game. Michigan favored by 7 in that one. All right. I think we got everybody we're going to have here. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you, man. Joe's also, by the way, anybody who has a Facebook, last year I was trying to keep it. I wasn't trying to tell too many people my Facebook account just because I was I had multiple all these subscribers or whatever. But it's gotten to the point where now, since I don't post that much, this is my loyal bunch or whatever. My friends, I really, so Ray Lego, my last name's Lego. If you don't know already, feel free to find me on there and I'll add you for sure. I get to talk to Joe a lot. I get to talk to a lot of my subscribers. Actually, last week when I went to the Iowa game, I got to see Travis Hamler, which a lot of you may know. In Cincinnati, near Cincinnati, and I got to see Taylor Jaquith. I don't know how to say his last name. It's like that, but he was at the Iowa game or whatever, and I got to run into him. So that was just awesome, man. It's just cool to see that. Do you still live in South Carolina? Yes, I do. Greenville, still Greenville. Good to see you, Joe. Thanks again, Dominic. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see. You said, yeah, man, I'm sorry. Babies do. Dude, I mean, don't be sorry for that, man. Congratulations, dude. I'm so happy for you, man. I'm so happy for you. Obviously, you know the joy that it is, and I definitely do. And that's awesome, man. Well, hey, to make sure you have a plan after high school, because life after high school can suck. It can be tough. Got to make the best of it, though. All right. Got to help on the Tennessee bandwagon. I'm looking forward to that game this weekend, Tennessee and Alabama, but I got a feeling Alabama's really going to come to play this week after the tough scare against A&M, and Tennessee's looked great. I think they're gonna have a lot of pressure on them. I think Alabama's going to fold them, personally. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We got 32 people in the house. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and we will start with question number 1. We're going to see how this thing runs, man. I'm curious to see how it runs. I'm so scared because, I have the answers, on these different tickers and stuff like that. And so I don't want to accidentally press the answer button or whatever. I'm going to try. If I make any mistakes, I apologize. And I will, take big gulps of my drink for any mistake I make. All right, let's get started. Again, you should probably have pen and paper if you want to, and I will read chats, but I probably won't be as good as keeping up with the chats as usual. Maybe I will during while you guys are thinking about your answers. So question number 1 is going to be math. The category is going to be math. Grab a pen and paper, like I said. You're going to need it. It's going to be math, and it's going to be with jersey numbers. So pick one of these to answer, okay? Only one. For 2 points, you can take Allen Iverson's jersey number plus Junior Seau's minus Dirk Nowitzki's and tell me what you get. Or you can answer the 4-point question if you're confident on it. Wayne Gretzky minus Lionel Messi plus Joe Dumars' number. And for 6 points, if you're confident on it, Rasheed Wallace with the Pistons times Moses Malone's jersey number plus Wilt Chamberlain. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions on that. You can only pick one of these. So, you can't answer all 3 and then say, oh, this is the one. Whatever one you go with, whatever number you go with, if you don't get that right, you get 0 points. So 2-point answer, 4-point answer, 6-point answer. And don't put your answer in the chat yet. Let me let some people have some time to think about it, and then we will go with it. Lori, I know it's tough. The questions are good. There's gonna be easy questions, hard questions. I don't know. It's hard with trivia, because it's sports specific. So I got some people that really know a lot about sports, and then you got some people that don't, and everything else. So it's trivia. My favorite type of trivia is trivia that's doable, but not too easy. So it's really hard. So yeah. Don't ask me. I had a D in math school and math in high school. That's funny. I wasn't great at math either. Ali says I got the 6-point one. Yes, sir. All right. Don't be looking it up now. Don't be Googling it, like I said. But I believe you. It says, geez, I have no clue on any of them except Wayne Gretzky. That's interesting that the one you have a clue on is hockey. What up, Slay? Good to see you, my friend. Oh, I got to be careful about putting the chat on the screen or whatever. Let me see. Yeah. All right. So give a little bit more time. Allen Iverson plus Junior Seau minus Dirk Nowitzki, or Wayne Gretzky minus Lionel Messi plus Joe Dumars. For 6 points, for Steve Wallace times Moses Malone plus Wilt C. Let's go ahead and put in your answers. Put the amount of points that you wagered or that you put, and see your answers. I'm surprised not many people know these answers. I'm surprised. Not calling you guys not good sports fans, but I would have known all but the 6-pointer, because I didn't know Moses Malone's number. Can I phone a friend? Says Brian. You can phone Garrett. That's fair. Garrett and Brian team. All right. Mark says 8 for answer 1. Ali says 73, so he's going with the 6-pointer. Hayden went with 2, which is 17. All right. Let's see. I trust your whatever. If you didn't get your answer in, it's okay. You don't whatever you answered is what you answered or whatever. And so just keep up with your own points. And the answers are as followed. Answer number 1 for 2 points was 17. Answer number 2 for 4 points was 93. And if you were brave enough to answer the 6-point question with Ali, which Ali was, the answer is 73. So Basically, number 1, Allen Iverson's number 3, plus Junior Seau's number 55, so that's 58, minus Dirk Nowitzki, who's 41, which you get 17 there. Wayne Gretzky's number 99, minus Lionel Messi, which is 10, so that's 89, plus Joe Dumars, 4, my favorite player all time in basketball, so that's 93. And then for 6 points, Rasheed Wallace was 30 times Moses Malone, which is number 2, so that's 60, plus Wilt Chamberlain, who's number 13, that is 73 in total. Mark says, darn, thought Dirk was 4, and I don't know who Seau is. Oh, you don't know who Junior Seau is? He's a linebacker. He actually suffered from CTE for the San Diego Chargers back in the day. He's probably their all-time best linebacker. Or maybe, all-time best linebacker. He has CTE. I think he committed the S word. I don't think I can say that on YouTube, but I think he did that. I hate to be wrong on that, though. Please don't say that in the chat to anybody, but yeah. All right. Question number 2 is going to be geography. This is going to be worth 10 points. Don't forget to pay attention to the point system, how many points each one is. Not every point's created. Not every question is created equally. You got the rivalry between UCLA and Southern Cal. One plays in the Rose Bowl, the other plays in the Coliseum. Let me know how many miles are between those two venues, and any answer within 10% plus or minus will be acceptable. Take a shot at it. Obviously, they're both in LA. And for the record, well, I won't go into that. So, what is the distance from the Rose Bowl and Coliseum, where Southern Cal plays and where UCLA plays? Plus or minus 10% is acceptable. And that's in miles. Ali says, bruh. Cassie says, yes, he did. Okay, I figured as much. All right, Jeffrey's answer is 8 miles. 8 mile. Okay. I see what you did there, Jeffrey. No, probably not on purpose. 10 miles, says Cassidy, but it's 29 minutes. These are so hard, LOL. Oh, man. Like, that's good insight, though. If people say they're too hard or whatever, I'll try to make it a little bit easier next time around. I'm trying to get an idea of, like, making it hard enough and easy enough, at the same time kind of thing. Scott says 20 miles. Big Chap says 32. Hayden says 15. Mark says 10. 18 for Hummus. 12 for MSU. I live in LA and don't know that, says Mark. That's funny. Yeah. If you know anything about UCLA, they play in Pasadena, which is quite a ways away from the actual campus. I did an internship there, obviously. All right. Are we all ready for the answer? I think so. The answer is 14.1 miles. So if your answer was between 12.69 and 15.51, you will get the full 10 points. Nothing if it's outside of that range. So anybody that answered between 12.69 and 15.51, you just got yourself 10 points. There you go. Lori says yes. What'd you guess, Lori? 12. Nice. Oh, you did. You're out of that range, Lori. It had to be 12.7 or higher, or 12.69 or higher. So she says, dang F. Yeah, a lot of people were really close. I saw a lot of 12s or whatever and a couple 17s and stuff like that. So just outside of the range, that's the answer. All right. Question number 3. Hopefully everybody will find this one to be a little bit easier. This team has Michigan-like helmets with the winged helmet. Joe Flacco attended Delaware, whose helmets look a lot like Michigan's. What is the team name for said Delaware's team? Has to be 100% exact, but I'm going to change that, actually. I think since this is a little bit harder for everybody else than what I thought it was going to be, the name doesn't have to be exact. It has to be close, though, okay? Has to be close. What's the team name for Delaware's team? Oh, Hummus, hold on, let me hide that, actually. See if I can hide it. Don't answer until sorry, I should have, I guess I wasn't as specific on that. Don't answer until I say, like, because everybody else can, well, you can answer, I guess. If when you get asked the question, try not to look at the chats or whatever, because some answers are going to be given away, But yeah, it looks like a lot of people got it. So it is the Fightin' Blue Hen. So if I was looking for exact, it was fighting. It was like, not even just fighting. It was fight in like this. So I was going to ask for it to be exact, but since it's a little bit harder than what I thought it was going to be, this trivia, we will accept Blue Hens. That'll be good to go. 5 points for that there. Number 4. Let her go. This is worth 12 points. This is going to be... Oh, shoot. Am I buffering? Okay. Let me know. Let me know, guys. Cassidy says I'm buffering. Take a drink, says Hayden. I got it. Thanks for the reminder, friend. Let me know if I'm buffering. I don't want to ask the question without beforehand. All right. I think we're good, though. Question number 4 is let her go. This is going to be hard to explain, but I'm going to do my best, and we'll do it every week, so you'll get used to it. So basically, I'm looking for 3 words, okay? And here's an example. So what you're going to do is replace 2 of these letters on each line. So the first answer is if I said a stadium with a roof, okay, that's a dome. Now the second one is dull-witted or stupid. And what I did, it's dumb. The answer is dumb because I replaced the U and the O and the E in dome and replaced it with U and B. So I know that's confusing, but this is a game that they play at my trivia place that I go to, and you'll get used to it, I promise. So and then the third one, now you're taking dumb, and the last one is a 2-point basketball slam, which is dunk. So you're replacing the M and the B at the end of dumb, and you're putting the N and the K to make dunk. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, Lori. It's yeah. Mark understands it, so that's good. Yeah, I love it, Mark. This is like my favorite question at the trivia thing because it really, really causes you to think. And I'm gonna give you all a little bit more time on this one, okay? So let me know if anybody doesn't understand it. The 2 letters, most of the time, I'm gonna try to find 2 letters that are consecutive, but every now and then, like in the example, with dome, you're replacing the O and the E, so those aren't consecutive letters. You're replacing the O and the E with the U and the B to get the second answer. Thanks, Ali. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I love this. Is one of my favorite questions. This probably is my favorite question at the brewery that I go to. I got homework. I can't handle this, says Big Brock. Okay, it's fun, says Lori. All right, here we go. So the question is going to be 5-letter words, okay? And here are your clues. See, they're all 5-letter words, all right? Cassie says too hard. All right, we'll make it easier next time around. All right, 32nd, the first one, the first 5-letter word is 32nd ranked all-time winning percentage for Division I, and he's a coach, okay? And that's going to sound hard to get, but if you can get what the trick to this game is to try to get the 1, 2, or 3 question and then work your way backwards or forwards from there. A city for bears and their offspring is the second word. And Roy G. Biv and Marshawn Lynch. This is fun, but can we have some sports knowledge questions? Because I suck at anything involved. Caleb, this is the kind of like trivia that we'll probably be doing on here just because like sports knowledge questions are just basic and just like you either know it or you don't. This is like, I'm trying to have like a good community, like thinking time kind of thing or whatever. And you guys will understand it. Like as we get further, you'll understand how to really play this game or whatever. We do at the trivia, like the brewery that I go to, like I'm of no use at the trivia. I'm of no use, but I love to play it. I'm past my K5 days. 32nd ranked all-time winning percentage for Division I, and he's a coach. A city for bears and their offspring, and Roy G. Biv and Marshawn Lynch. Are you looking for 4 words? I'm looking for 3 words, and they're all 5-letter words. And you replace 2 letters on each word. Cassidy, let me see if I have a Michigan question. And I think soon to be enough. There are a couple like general questions, like kind of like the Blue Hens question. There are a couple general questions like that. I got one of them, says Big Brock. That's the key, man. Once you get one of them, you can really work it down to the other 2. I'm going to give y'all plenty of time on this one because I think if you really think about it, like this is one of those questions, especially when I go to the brewery, when they show the answer, it's like, dang it, man. Like, duh. Okay, that makes sense. Like I didn't think outside the box or whatever for that. Is the first part football or basketball? Oh, good question. I'm sorry. I should have specified that. That's football. If we get 1 word, do we get points for that? I was going to say no, but let's do 4 points per word. We'll do that. We'll do 4 points per word because it seems to be a little bit harder than what I thought. And don't worry, like this whole trivia night is like a test run. I'm going to see how it goes, and I'll make adjustments for everything. We'll make adjustments and try to make it as fun as possible. and all that good stuff. Is the first one a specific sport or every sport? It's football. Sorry, I should have specified that. It's for football. Oh my, I got 2, says Big Brock. I think I got it. There you go. There you go. Nobody put the answers yet, because I'm really curious to see if anybody can get all 3 or whatever and when they put in the answers. I'll give 7:55 on that clock over there. I'll give it till 7:50 or 7:53, and I'll give it till 7:55. What's up, Ray? Can we still join for fun? Of course, Garrett. The whole thing's for fun. Be quiet, Mr. Lego is speaking, says Lori. Wait, the first one is a coach? Yes, Big Brock. First one's a coach. So we'll give 2 more minutes. Is proud to balling with it. Is proud to announce his all wussy team has moved to college football. I like the sound of that. No, I think when you guys see this, when you see this answer, you're going to be like, oh, okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and, we'll give 1 more minute. When did he coach, if you don't mind the hint? He's retired. We'll put it that way. But not, you know who he is. The first part of that question is probably the hardest. So if you can get the second or the third, you're probably better off. How many letters are replacing from first and okay, so like with the example, let me go back to the example. With dome, you're replacing, when you get the first word, dome, you're replacing 2 letters. You're replacing the O and the E, and to get dumb for the second part. And then you're also now you have dumb. Now that's your word. Now you have to replace 2 more letters to get dunk. So you're replacing the M and the B with the N and K. So each time, whether you're going forwards or backwards, you're replacing 2 letters. Can you give 1 more minute? Yeah, Ali, I can. I think this is at the trivia place I go to, I'm always like, I do think that they, so what they do is play music while they're waiting for the answers or whatever, while you're figuring out the answers. And if you get extra points for knowing the singer and the song or whatever, which I love, that's awesome, because they play all types of music, like every genre, every generation and stuff like that. I wish I could do that, but we can't play music on YouTube. But yeah. And I'm always like, dang, I wish they didn't play music on this specific question, because I need more time to think about it personally. If any one of y'all want to hear the all with your team, make sure to check out Pigskin Pete YouTube channel Friday night. Oh, nice. Ballin', I didn't know you followed Pigskin. I like him, man. Him and I got off to a rough, rocky start or whatever, because he was making fun of Michigan and I was making fun of Clemson, but we're good, man. Skittles is not 5 letters, laugh out loud. Think outside the box on that one, Mark. Think outside the box on that one. It's going to drive you nuts if you don't get it and you see. What up, Optic? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm going to it, man. What up, Jay? Good to see you, man. Is it Jeopardy music? No, it's like all kinds of, it's like they'll play country, they'll play pop, they'll play rock and roll, like from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, everything, like all this kind of stuff. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give up the answer. So go ahead and put in your answer in the chat. Again, I'll give y'all, I was only going to do, if you get it right, you get 12 points. If you don't get it fully right, you get nothing, because that's the way they do it at the brewery. But since everybody's kind of saying this is a little hard, we'll give partial points, 4 points per part. Hayes, pretty dang close, Mark. It's wrong, but it's close. Candy, good job. You thought I was out the box. You got that. And Big Brock got it correct. Woody, Wendy, and Candy are the answers. So all 32nd ranked all-time winning percentage for Division I coach is Woody Hayes. Now the second question is a city for bears and their offspring. So bears and cubs play in the Windy City. So you're replacing the 2 O's in Woody and you're replacing them with I and N to make Windy. And then Roy G. Biv, which is rainbows, which makes Skittles, which Marshawn Lynch loves. And so that is a type of candy. So you're replacing the W-I for C-A. That's why I couldn't get the second word. Says, yeah. It's tough, man. It's tough. Isn't his name Woody Hayes? Yes, it is. But yeah, so that's how it goes. I think you guys, that's fun. My brain is too small to make those connections. Yeah, it's tough, man, but it's my favorite question. Like my group that we go with, we rarely get it right, but every now and then we get it right. And I love that question. I couldn't think of his first name. Oh, No, I'm not giving you 2 points. I'm not even going to give you 2 points. I love Skittles too. Yes, I do as well. All right. Let me see. Yeah, I thought so too, Big Chap, actually, but maybe he just didn't coach that long, I guess, because that was actually for Division I, not just like, I thought maybe he'd be lower around that area if we were talking all divisions, but that's just Division I. He's 32nd all time. All right, the next one's much easier. Well, much easier in terms of how to understand. Let's see. The question is, how do you spell this guy's last name? And I think you're still going to be able to hear me, but I'm going to come off the screen to show you a picture of him. How do you spell this guy's last name? Obviously, he's been in the news plenty. Let me know if you can still hear me once I put this picture up. Otherwise, I don't want to be talking for no reason. This is for 8 points, by the way. Question number 5. How do you spell this guy's last name? Let me, hold on. Let me make sure I can get him on the screen. Having technical difficulties here because I forgot. Bummer. Mark said, okay, no audio. Can y'all hear me now? That stinks that the audio goes away. But y'all saw who it was. Can you hear me now? I thought for sure the audio still stays on when it does that. Now we can hear you. Okay, thanks, Ali. But y'all saw the picture of that. That's so weird that you can't hear me in that situation. I thought you did. Yeah, don't answer, guys. Don't answer. Luckily, I don't think anybody has got it right. Well, actually, one did. Don't answer. Okay, I guess everybody got their answer in now. So here's the answer. That was for 8 points. So add 8 points to your total if you spelled it like this. Tago, Tago, Vail, Vailoa. Tunga Vailoa. I think it was you. So add 8 points to your score if you got that. And it is now halftime, so do let me know how many points you have. Shoot in the comments. Let me know how many points you have. And we will get into questions 6 through 10. Hope everybody's having fun, man. Obviously, at the end of this, just let me know. I guess one of the criticisms or whatever is to make it a little bit easier, so we'll do that. I'll probably keep the same idea, like the same theme and stuff like that per question, different themes like math, geography, stuff like that, but I'll probably make it easier in terms of skill and difficulty level. Because I like the theme part. I like the brewery. The brewery I go to is like, it's probably my favorite trivia I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot of trivias, but everybody has their own flavor. Hayden says 44 points. Whoa, that's a lot, man. Ali says 14. 8. Laugh out loud. That was my first. Yeah, man, we not geniuses. Just got back. You're not drinking enough. Good point, Caleb. Good point. Just got back from my soccer game, so I wasn't there. All good. You're not drinking enough. Y'all think Saban will hire that Miami Dolphins doctor so Bryce Young can play this week? Maybe so. Maybe so. Hayden says, drink. I'm late, but I'm here. What up, Travis? I mentioned you earlier. Definitely great to meet you the other day, man. Chug, chug, says Hayden. All right. We got it. I got it. Actually, I forgot how bad. I don't really like Sweet Baby Jesus, honestly. I remembered. It just tastes kind of like, I don't know. But good enough. Whatever. Maybe do 2 levels of the same question if that's possible. I don't really know. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be a lot of work, though. This took me about 2.5 hours to set up. Well, about 2 hours to set up, I think, from start to finish. Not too hard, but I don't. When you turn that into 4 hours, that might be a little much for setting up an hour and a half trivia or whatever. We'll be doing this, man, because I think everybody's going to enjoy this or whatever. We'll try to make it, and obviously I'm going to be watching the game and talking about the game while we're doing this and stuff like that, and just hanging out in general. I'm drinking a porter, Jeffrey, peanut butter chocolate porter. How long are you going to do this for? Because I'm going to take a shower. We'll be on till about 9 o'clock. The trivia might be over by 8:30 or so. A quiz with all words type would be good because even if you don't know answer, we can figure it out. No, that's not bad. I love that. Like, it seemed like you liked that other question or whatever. That fight. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I love that one though. All right, let's get back to it. Question number 6. Thanks, Lori. Question number 6 is called "Wanna Fight," and it's for 4 points. I'm going to play a college football team's fight song, and you try to guess whose it is, okay? Obviously, it's not going to have the words. It's just going to have the song only. So I think some people might get this one. And hopefully, again, not positive about how to run this stuff these days or whatever, but I think it's going to work just fine. So we will get it started here. And let me know. We'll play the full fight song. It is 1 minute and 12 seconds long, so I'll see you in just a little bit. All right, we back. My volume should be good. Let me know in the chats who you think that was. And you know what? I'm going to give bonus points if you can tell me the name of the fight song. Bonus 2 points extra if you can tell me the name of the fight song. Not so 4 points for if you get the team that it is, and another 2 points if you can tell me the name of the song. Hayden says Clemson. Hummus says Oklahoma. Scott says LSU. Blue says LSU. And that is where I knew some people might get tripped up a little bit because LSU and Clemson sound rather similar. And the answer is Clemson. Clemson. And whoever said Tiger Rag, I see a couple Tiger Rag answers in the chat. It is indeed Tiger Rag. Scott, that was a good guess, though. It was a good guess. LSU sounds very similar to that. There are some small, discrepancies between the two fight songs. And that particular one was Clemson's. Clemson is the answer. You got another 2 points if you said Tiger Rag. Nice. All right. The next one is Distorted. This is worth 9 points. This is question number 7. And the question is, what sports movie is this? I don't think you're going to be able to hear me by what we said earlier. So I'm just going to show you the banner and let you look at it. And then I'll be back in just a second. So what sports movie is this? It's going to be a distorted picture. And then you need to try to guess what sports movie it is. And then I will undistort it so you can see what it ends up being. So let me see. I'm going to see if I can stop all right, I'm going to stop cam. Maybe y'all can still. Nope. That ain't what I want. All right, I think everybody's got their answer right. Everybody's got their answer. And let me show the pick, and I'll be right back. I hate that you guys can't hear me whenever it's distorted or whenever the picture's up. I got to figure out how to fix that, I think. But here is the answer, and I'll be right back. All right, so Moneyball was the answer. That was worth 9 points if you got it right. That would be one of my favorite questions on. I really like it, but they make it they make it a little bit too difficult at the brewery. They do these most obscure movies. I'm like, man, you got so many movies to choose from, out there, because they can do any kind of movie, not just sports genre. And they seem to choose the ones that I'm a pretty big movie watcher. And they choose a bunch of ones that I don't watch. All right, I'm gonna get some music to get some flavor around here. Let me get that music on there. All right, here we go. Cassie says I have 9 points. Got one, says Mark. All right, question number 8 is, historically speaking, this is where 10 points has to be exact. So I'm going to give you A, B, C, and D, and you need to put them in sequential order of when the events happened. All sports related. Let me know when the events happened. And here are the 4 options. So basically, if your answer is, B, C, D, A, put B, C, D, A or whatever. But you have to get all 4 right in order. A is LeBron James joins the Lakers. B is Jake Paul boxes competitively, non-pro for the first time. C is Patriots come back from a 28-3 deficit to the Falcons in the Super Bowl. And D is Astros trash can banging begins. Thanks, Lori. Appreciate that. So I'll give you a couple minutes or so to put these in sequential order by what you think they happened, from oldest to newest. All top says laugh out loud Falcons. I'm gonna go get another beer. BRB. Lori says DBCA. Ballin says CDAB. Don't put answers in chat just yet. Yeah. These kind of ones, it's okay, because it's like, these are mostly opinionated, like what they think, but I guess it's still not, ideal. ACDB says Mark. Big Chat says CDAB. The Falcons debacle was my favorite night working at a sports bar in Atlanta, says Blues. Sounds like, dude, I was at a bar called Local Q locally here, but it was awesome. I had a feeling, but I was also drinking a good bit. All top says CABD. Scott says CDAB. DBCA for Cassidy. CDAB for Big Chap. Let's go ahead and see what the answer actually is for 10 points. Got to be exact. You got to get all of them right. And they were CDAB. CDAB was the answer. So let me see. In order, CDAB would be Patriots came back from a 28-3 deficit to the Falcons. That happened first. That was February 5th of 2017. Jake, then what? D? I said CDAB. So D is Astros trash can banging begins. That was June of that same year, 2017. A is LeBron James joins the Lakers. That was July 1st, 2018. And then lastly, Jake Paul boxes competitively non-pro against Deji Olatunji in August of 2018. Got that one, laugh out loud. Still only got 9 points. What the hell is Astros event? Mark, they cheated. They stole baseball signals or whatever. They stole signals during the games, and they would bang the trash cans to basically signify to the players on the field what the play was, or what the signal was. For some reason, I thought those were all years apart, LOL. No, I tried it with that. You want to kind of keep them somewhat close, so it's a little bit hard for people to know. Man, so clueless on baseball, LOL. That's clever, says Mark. Yeah, it's fun. Ballin with AC says 12 points. Hey, it is what it is. Phil, do you really have 69 or just using 69? Feels late. I feel like Phil would have been really good at this. Like Phil was the person I had in mind when I was making this, because I'm like, you got to make it kind of difficult to where they don't just know it off the top of their head. But Phil, I've been advised I need to make it a little bit easier next time around, so I will. Long time no see. No, I just tuned in, says Phil. Nice. You'll have to go back and let me know how many, like, fast forward me or whatever whenever you watch it someday. Let me know how many you would have got right. Or I could just call you and we can go over the 10 questions really quickly. Question number 9 is worth 5 points. This is just a basic one. What is boxer Deontay Wilder's nickname? Don't put it in the chat yet. Wait till I ask you to. What is boxer Deontay Wilder's nickname? Boxing nickname. And then for everybody watching, yeah, I'll rewatch when I'm bored in the office. Sounds like a plan, Phil. I got a feeling you would have got a lot right. It's fun stuff, man. For everyone watching, question number 10 will be the wager round. So I'll give you, basically, you'll let me know how many points you got. It's just like Jeopardy. Well, we'll explain it. I'll explain it in just a second. Just like Jeopardy in the wager sense. It's not just like Jeopardy the way it's scored. Well, I'm not getting 5 points here, says all top. All right, I think this one doesn't require too much thinking if you either know it or you don't, probably. The answer is the Bronze Bomber. Deontay Wilder is the Bronze Bomber, although he didn't quite show that against Tyson Fury as of recent. All right, so let me know in the chat how many points you have, and then what you're going to do is submit your wager, how much you're willing to ante up here. The category is sports movie locations, so where the locations are for the respective sports movie, based on the movie itself. So that's the category. You can only you can wager up to how many points you have. So let me know in the chat how many points everybody has. Let me know in the chat how many points everybody has. That way, that'll give you an idea. I know Hayden has a ton. He's only wagering 1 point, so he thinks that he doesn't have a lot of faith in you guys getting a lot right. Cassie's going to wager all 9 of his points. Watch one of these movies be Remember the Titans, says Mark. Wage 9, says Cassie. Cassidy wages 9. All top has 13. Is that what you're wagering, or is that what you have? I'm going 0 because the only sports movie I watched was Field of Dreams, I think you're trying to say. Got it. 12, give me 10. He's wagering 10. Got it. 15, all or nothing. There you go, Garrett. I like it. Go big or go home, my friend. All 13 says all top. There you go. Hayden, you promise you didn't cheat? Because if so, you're the smartest sports person of the night. That's for sure. And if you wager 1. Okay, so here's how this goes, by the way. I should have explained this before you made the wager, so you can change your wager if you want to. There's 4 of them, okay? You have to answer all 4. If you get 2 or less right, if you get 0, 1, or 2 right, you lose your full wager, okay? If you get 0, 1, or 2, you lose your full wager. If you get 3 right, you get the amount that you wagered. And if you get all 4 right, you get the amount that you wagered plus 25 points. So 0, 1, or 2 is lose all of the wager. If you get 3 right, you get the wager. If you get 4 right, it's the wager plus 25. You going to the game this week? I am, Cassidy. Michigan, Penn State. I'm going with my uncle. And also let me know if anybody's going to the game and wants to meet up or whatever, let me know. And find me on Facebook, Ray Lego. And we can meet up for sure. I'm down with that. I met 2 subscribers last week. Oh, Travis, I saw your one about the kids. Please tell them I said hello, man. Lovely family. Love meeting you guys, man. Can't wait to meet you guys next time. Don't know if Trey can come with me, like you said, but I'd like that. Caught cheating, you get the boot. Them Buckeye fans I'm watching closely. All right, here we go. Here's the question. I think everybody got their wager in. Question number 10. What states were the following movies based around? Blue Chips, Field of Dreams, Remember the Titans, and Miracle on Ice. What states were the following movies based around or taking place in? Again, if you get 0, 1, or 2, you lose your wager. If you get 3, you get your wager. And if you get 4, you get your wager plus 25 points. And we're all fighting for the same thing. Pride here. All pride. Cassie says, I have a parking pass if you want it. Yeah, I might be interested in that. Can you find me on Facebook? Do you have a Facebook? Told you laugh out loud. Yeah, Mark. I figured you were going to get... I was like trying not to smirk when you said that, but I'm not going to try, says Lori. I'm not risking my brain. Well, dang, says Garrett. These are popular movies. Blue Chips is probably Miracle on Ice is pretty hard in this question. But Blue Chips is probably doable. Phil sent his answer. Phil, you got 3 right. So you got your wager. You got 3 right, my friend. You got Blue Chips wrong. And I know why you got Blue Chips wrong. Because you went off of old Shaquille O'Neal, I bet. I actually had to look up Blue Chips. I didn't know the answer to that. I just know the movie, but Phil says, damn it. I got all 4, baby. Come on, says Mark. I went to the college Blue Chips was filmed at. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, I figured. I had a feeling like when I made that question up and I saw Blue Chips, I was like, I think Mark might know the answer to that. Can I name the Miracle on Ice the city? Yeah. Oh, if you can get the city, I think everybody's probably got their answer in. I'll wait a little bit more. Should have done Hoosier, she said, Phil. Yeah, I thought that one would be a little bit too easy. No, I like it. I like it. Let me know what y'all think about the first night of trivia. I know most of the critique is make it a little bit easier. Will do. I thought I was dealing with actual sports fans here. My bad. I'm just kidding. Spaghetti says Lake Placid. That is correct, my friend. And most people already have their answer, so don't change your answer on that if you already had something in. All right, let's go ahead and go over the answers. It is Blue Chips took place at Western University. That's a made-up college or whatever in Los Angeles, California. So California was the answer for number 1. Number 2 was Field of Dreams. I went there last week when I went to the Iowa game. It takes place in Dyersville, Iowa. I went there last week. It was about an hour and a half away from my hotel, and I said, cool, I'll go there. Remember, the Titans took place in Alexandria, Virginia. If you've seen the movie, then you know the very beginning says, in Virginia, high school football is a way of life. So that's that. And Miracle on Ice, I thought I was going to have to X this one because I was like, it was in the Olympics, so surely it's not going to be in, I didn't think it was going to be in the U.S., but it was. So it's in Lake Placid, New York is the answer for that. Lake Placid, New York. So let me know what your totals ended up being after the wagering and everything else. Again, if you got 0, 1, or 2 right on that last question, you lost your wager, so you're at 0 points. If you got 3 right, or, if you didn't wager anything, then you don't have 0 points. If you got 3 right, then you get your wager back. And if you get 4 right, you get your wager back plus 25. Hayden says I win with 65. I think that's going to win it. Blues looks pretty good. That seems like second place, I bet. 34. Lori's not bad. 21. You must not have wagered much, did you? All wrong, lost everything, says Cassidy. Mark, not a bad finish with 28. That was good. If he could have had higher numbers going through to the final round, he could have been good to go. All Tops has 26. Cassidy, it looks like everybody's mostly honest or is honest, so that's good. I finished with 2 points. Nice. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, man. It really kind of like I got to make that last question is the hardest question to make because it's like you got to make it. It's hard, man. It's hard making trivia. I have a new respect for people who make trivia because that last question, you're like, you got to make it doable, but you can't make it so easy that everybody's just going to get it right and get all these points, 8 because I was only here for the 2 question, says Optic, and spelled it right. 8 plus 9 equals 17. There you go. And I thought I was third, LOL. There we go. All right. Now I got to figure out. I was going to go till 9. I'll probably hang out for a little bit or whatever. And we'll talk about the game. We can watch the game or whatever. But I probably won't stay till 9 and bore you guys. It's a Monday night. You guys can hang out, chill with your family and whatnot, family and friends. Yup, Blue Chips was USC. Yeah, like Western University was the false. Yeah, I did a couple sports movie ones. Yeah, with the distorted one, I'm gonna put that on the screen really quick, and then I'll come right back. I thought that I didn't know if people were gonna notice that it says like you can see Brad Pitt at the top of the movie if you really look close, but it's kind of hard because it's like once you see the picture, if you don't know the movie right away or whatever, then you might not read Brad Pitt because you don't know that it's Moneyball, But I thought it was gonna. Yeah, so you can see it says Brad Pitt at the top of the screen, but it is what it is. Brad, you can tell. Okay. Yeah, I tried to distort it the best I could or whatever, but I might pick a different kind of movie next time that's a little bit harder to figure out. A lot of people didn't get that one, though. I love that movie. I love it. Can we change this to the Monday Night Football stream since trivia is over? Yeah, I can call some football. Let me turn that down a little bit. Turn the music off. And you guys can talk. We can talk about whatever we want to on top of all that. 0-0 ball game in this one. I need Patrick Mahomes to go off because I'm down by 30. Carr's going to throw a screen, and that's going to be just short of first down. It's going to be 3rd and 2 here in that one. Let's see. I'm sad that you came to the trivia a little bit late, Phil. I wanted to see what you got. Trivia was fun. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate it. Glad you enjoyed it. What do you think of the Draymond Green versus Poole issue? Draymond Green is just that guy thinks he's like just a stud, doesn't he? He's a vocal part of the team, a focal part of the team, but like I think he's gotten a little cocky and annoying, and I don't know. I can't imagine even if Jordan Poole was extremely mouthy. Usually Draymond Green's an issue. I'm not giving Jordan Poole the full benefit of the doubt. I'm sure he was a little bit mouthy. What are your thoughts on Kansas? Kansas football looks good, man. Looks good. They did they win this past week against TCU, or did TCU get that one? I can't remember who finished it. I think. Why don't I know that answer? Where the hell have you been, young man? Been gone for a minute. We'll probably do these trivia nights, and I just won't be able to do much more or whatever until I don't know, until there's a schedule change, some kind of circumstance change. It's hard to explain, but when I make a YouTube video, I'll spend like 5 hours on it and I'll make like $4 on it, so it's kind of the point where YouTube has become a quantity game, and I don't like to talk about it as much anymore because I feel like it sounds like I'm making excuses, but it really is a quantity game, and it's, so now all of a sudden people don't even have to they just have to come out with video after video after video, and it's rewarding people who are staying up till 2 a.m. with black bags under their eyes, and I just don't want to be that person. I respect it. I respect that grind, but that's not really, I was kind of hoping YouTube would stay as a quality game more than a quantity game, because I'm just not a quantity kind of person. I have Lamar as fantasy quarterback. Not bad at all. I'm going to need Mahomes to go off, man. Yeah, Lamar's pretty good. That's for sure. When are you coming into town this weekend? So I'll be in the Kalamazoo area, like just south of Kalamazoo in Sturgis, or White Pigeon actually is what it's called, Thursday night. And I'll be leaving Sunday morning. I got a hot date on the way back. So, yeah. I think I've established that I'm not very good at sports trivia. Jeffrey, I'll make it easier next week. I think the consensus was that it was a little bit, Carr to Deontay Adams, and that's going to go for 6 to the house on 4th and 1. I love the play call, man. Be aggressive on 4th and 1, not expecting it at all. I like that. Yeah, we'll make it a little bit easier next week. That, I told you guys that in the community tab, that I'll have to learn how to, make it easier or learn how to adjust and make it what we need it to be. Dude, what a no-brainer call. Look how bunched up the Chiefs are. Why? Man, they sold it. They bid on it. Oh man, I missed the trivia. You're good, Christina. We'll have it next week. 7:30 to 9 p.m. on Mondays. Good idea on the trivia. Thanks, Garrett. Bro, thanks for all your support, man. You've always been that way. Your dad too. Appreciate you guys, man. Poole about to get paid, and I think they're trying to have Iguodala teach Kuminga the green roll. LMAO, Poole always talking. Yeah, he is. He's a mouthy person. I'm not going to sit there acting like he's completely innocent, but Draymond, like, I mean, at the end of the day, whether somebody's mouthy or not, you can't punch a teammate, man. I don't know. But hey, as you know, like, that's the kind of stuff that, I mean, I know Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr one time around or whatever. So they lost, says Mark. Kansas quarterback got hurt. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I knew that. TCU won. Appreciate it. But I have Tyreek Hill, Michael Thomas, and Juju Smith-Schuster, but they are all injured for fantasy. Yeah. Tyreek got injured. Yep. I remember that. Green instigated it. I'm sure it was Green trying to talk trash and get pulled to step up his game. Pull Mad back and got too hype and got in Pull's face. I went too far. Yeah, I agree. I mean, they're grown adults. I understand, though. It's competitive. It's basketball. Like, tempers flare. As long as you enjoy YouTube, I definitely do. I'm telling you what, I really enjoyed tonight. Like, I know you guys enjoyed the trivia, but I think I need to make it a little bit easier so you'll like it a little bit more. But I really enjoyed tonight because I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying the pressure of not worrying about growing my channel anymore. I'm kind of enjoying that just because, like I said, my Amazon venture is going really well for me right now, and it takes up my working time. And so YouTube is just, I was trying to think of a way where I can still do YouTube and still, be in touch with my community, but just not care anymore about the grind and stuff like that. I can just do that in the future, if, because the Amazon thing's probably not going to be around forever, or even for a very long, like maybe 2-3 years or so before it's like oversaturated. So, I'll be back on YouTube. I just got to I got to find a way to keep my channel alive. And most importantly, just stay in touch with my community, because I don't want to just I was feeling really, I talked to Travis when I went to Cincinnati and met up with him, and him and I were talking, and I was trying to explain to him that I don't want to I felt like I was letting you guys down, because I was like, I can't, I just am not able to post. I'm spending time with my son, going to church, working at church, spending time on Amazon or whatever, and all this stuff, it's just kind of got to be too much. So I think this was a good way. You should throw some YouTube shorts from the game this weekend. Oh yeah. Yeah. YouTube shorts is where I really need to go. That's where I really need to go. I need to get like a kick in the butt or whatever. That's, cause YouTube has just been like an afterthought. I'm like treating it as a hobby at this point. And, I don't know. I think you guys can tell that I'm like really torn on where to go with that stuff. It's one of the first times since I've been on YouTube that I'm just clueless. I don't really know what to do. Ray, do what you enjoy. Thank you, Lori. I enjoy this. But, I do like growing a channel, though. I like the aspect of growing a channel. I just don't like that they changed it to where it's just all quantity, I mean, I was watching creators that are big creators, and I won't name names or whatever, and I'm not blaming them. I'm not blaming them at all, because some of them have quantity and quality. Like, they're mixing both, but I know personally that it's at the expense of their personal lives. These people are like, I know that these people are I know how long it takes to make a video, the way they're making videos. And, there's somebody who I know that posted quality/quantity, and he posted like 90 videos in 1 month. And they were good videos, but I can't help but think, like, I mean, my man was probably like spending, he was probably spending like 12 hours a day, 7 days a week doing that. And I'm just not willing to do that to keep up. If you ever get started on Rumble, let me know too. Will do. I don't care if you quit. Well, I will, but the best for you. Thanks, Lori. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm going to put my hat on this way because it's making me break out a little bit. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. Touchdown Raiders says all top. Yeah, that was a nice throw too. Nice throw, nice catch. You want to stop by Pittsburgh? I was in Pittsburgh last year. I liked Pittsburgh a lot. There was a bar or club or bar, I think bar, across the street from Heinz Field. Something about rodeo or cowboy or something like that. It was awesome. I liked it a lot, Spaghetti. You may know what I'm talking about. Lori says, ooh, on 4th and 1. Yeah, it was a great call. I wish I could go. We need all the luck versus Penn State. Yes, sir, we do. Glad Mike Hart is doing better. Wonder what caused his seizure. I'm not sure. I didn't look too far into that. I figured he'd be okay, but that was a scary moment for sure. Remember Kobe punched Samaki? I didn't know that. I did not know that, actually. I was at the game where he had a seizure. That's sad, man. It was sad to see, for sure. I know the players were very been out of shape about it. Have you thought about doing big shorts? I like the SEC shorts, but better. I don't know if you can do better, man. Those guys are great at what they do. The production value with them is, that's one thing I I'm not going to give myself too hard of a time. I do pretty good with production and like quality, I think. But, those guys are like businessmen, I don't really have a business mentality. And I'm okay with that, but there's a lot of hands that, they got to learn how to like, I'm sure they have like a payroll system and stuff like that. And, they're obviously paying in for costumes and stuff like that. I mean, they're doing a lot. They're putting a lot of business minds into it. They're smarter than I am. Let's put it that way. I'm getting Michigan versus Iowa, big championship vibes from this Penn State, Michigan, from the state Michigan Penn State game. Yeah, maybe. I think it's going to look a lot like the Penn State Michigan game last year, where one team kind of just survives in the end. We got to get a Michigan versus Clemson playoff game in Atlanta so we can all go. That'd be dope, Garrett. I've always said I'm kind of worried about because, obviously I have my little rivalry with Clemson fans around here or whatever. I've always been kind of worried about playing them because, if we lose, I don't know when we'll see them again. So they'll be able to hang that over my head, but I'll be able to hang that over their head if we win. Yep, Steve Kerr knows all about what happened. MJ did the same thing to him in practices. That year Kerr hit the game-winning three-pointer to win the championships. He did indeed. He did indeed. Do what you have to do to stay healthy. Thank you, Cassidy. I agree with that 100%. I think that's the most important thing. I think that's when I go off on my long tangents or whatever, that's really what everything circles back around to is just being mentally healthy and stuff like that because I was never in a bad way, but like I would say that that's probably it's just the hardest. It was the hardest thing to have to go through, like it was already stressful enough going through a divorce and going through like, it was the first time in my life where I was self-employed. I've been self-employed now for a year and it's really scary to do that. I wanted to take that leap of faith, but it's really scary to come from like the comfort of a 9 to 5 and then be fully held accountable for your own income. It's tough. It's tough. So I was already going through that and, the job situation and the divorce. And then my dad passed away. So it's like, I don't know if I'm going to have many, knock on wood. I hope not to have many years or any years ever worse than that. Ray never lets us down. The only way someone could let someone down is if we stop supporting Ray. You're the best, Lori. No, really, honestly, I've told you guys, man, I like, there's a reason why. On my drive home, I said in the community tab, I legitimately thought about just retiring the channel because I was like, I'm not able to post anymore. And I'm just kind of like, people are commenting every now and then, where you at? And I'm like, I just don't know when I can ever really be back in full capacity or if I'll ever, I don't know what the future holds with that stuff. So maybe I should retire the channel. And I just kind of, and when you have a long trip from Iowa, 13 and a half hours or whatever, like you do a lot of thinking about a bunch of different things. And I eventually said, you know what, I'm going to do trivia. That's something that I would enjoy setting up and doing. And that the subscribers would want to do. It keeps them involved for the time being. And we can try to figure out where we're going to go next. Yep. We had nice combos during dinner and I still will do March Madness for sure. That'll be a given. So probably do the playoff games for football more than likely. And yeah, we'll see. Yep, we had nice combos during dinner. And I told you, don't worry, your true subscribers are here and will wait and enjoy every second of every video and live stream you do. My man, Travis, appreciate that. I wish that YouTube would, dude, like, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm biased or whatever. Maybe I'm tooting my own horn, but like those Michigan, Ohio State, like videos that I do, those comedy videos, that like, it frustrates me because those should be. And I know some people are going to be like, well, if you come up with more, if you do it more consistently, maybe it will, but I just don't think it will. It's not like a magical pill or whatever. If it doesn't work under the title once, it's not going to work or whatever. It's hard to explain, but I just think they're really good videos and I think they deserve more. I'm biased. It's my baby or whatever, but I'm like, I feel like those should do better, honestly. And it's not y'all's fault. It's YouTube's fault. They don't push it out to people. What do you think about a fan-made trivia question for you to answer at the end just for fun? So that, if you saw the community tab, we're going to, at some point, I'm going to set it up to where we can have some guests come in maybe, I want to do that. I want to do more like, because I know at this point who I can trust to get on air. I've always been scared to do live stuff and bring in guests because, I might bring in somebody I don't know that well and they say an inappropriate word or phrase or whatever. And I don't want that on my channel, obviously. And it can get you the boot on YouTube. But I do love the idea of bringing in, like, I want to start getting people more involved because a lot of people just like that, like they want to be on there. That'd be cool. Michigan ain't winning the big again. There's 42-27 all over campus to remind Ohio State to never allow that again. I mean, it's going to be tough. I think I saw the other day Ohio State. Somebody probably knows this. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like it said like Ohio State was like a 9.5 point favorite or something like that if it were to be played today. Yeah, as Lori said, you shouldn't quit if you enjoy making videos. I felt like quitting but kept going, and now I have 1.25K subs. Nice. Congrats, man. So if you enjoy it, man, keep doing it. I do enjoy it. I definitely enjoy it. It's just that, I also enjoy doing the Amazon videos, and I think I've told you guys, I'm not monetarily incentivized, but it is in my best and smartest interest to really put my time and effort towards Amazon right now, because that's fleeing. Like, it's only going to last 2 to 3 years until it's oversaturated. So it's kind of like what do they call it? A cash cow. It's like, you got to get as much money as you can while you have the opportunity, because it's going to go away. And, what I'm trying to do is just save up, maybe take my son on a trip here and there, and do that. And try to, because YouTube's not going to go anywhere. Amazon is, for sure. No, I'm not quitting. No, I'm not quitting. I thought about it. I thought about not quitting, but retiring or whatever, retiring the channel, but I'm not going to. Hunter Renfrow is legit. Yes, he is. Clemson product. My pastor actually knows his dad really well. They went to church together a long time ago. I have 5 subs, LOL. Hey, 5's better than 0, Lori. Oh, haha, that's the place that the Steelers' old OC got drunk and went crazy and got fired there. Oh, really? That place was dope, man. A lot of cute girls there. Just going to say. Love the hat. That's cool. Keep. Thank you. I appreciate that, Christina. Yeah, I like this hat. I got it this weekend at the Columbia or Riverbank Zoo in Columbia, South Carolina. My son picked it out. I think it was stress that caused heart illness. It could be. That sounds reasonable, Cassidy. All right, let me do rapid fire here. Catch up some. Keyshawn Booty might be a permanent stay on my all wussy team. I like that one. I only have YouTube to watch. LOL. I love watching YouTube personally. Remember, it's a Maze out. Okay, noted. I actually didn't know that, but I have a Maze shirt, and I'm sure my uncle does. If not, we'll get one at a Myers or a Kroger. Wait, do they sell it at Kroger or just Myers? I don't know. Actually, that might work because there's a 6-way tie in the college football rankings right now. Maybe. Oh, yeah, there is. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm ranked 318th in the whole nation on the college football pick'em. But somebody's tied with me. Taylor is. My friend Taylor Jaquith. Ohio State going all the way probably. They look good. That's for sure. The bar is called Tequila. Yeah, Tequila Cowboy. Yep, that's it. Nice, Spaghetti. Thanks for telling me that. Yeah, like the most important things in life are 1, mental health. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you have a kid, man. Like, that was the biggest thing. I was like, I got to get right for my son, man. Like, I can't be going through this. It's already hard enough when you're going through it yourself, but when you have a little one that, relies on you to be healthy all across the board, like, that really hit me. And 5 random people that decided to sub to me. I like it. I feel like I subbed to you because you asked me to one time, but maybe I'm wrong. Christina says, yeah. But I hope Ray is doing well. I'm doing great, Ballin. Appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, he says, Christina. Okay. I say you just jump on the channel whenever you home watching the game. Don't inconvenience your life. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's like the games are on the weekends, and that's when I have my. So I think you heard it earlier. Like, one weekend I'll watch my son, and the next week, what I was doing was the next weekend I would stream. But it got to the point where I was like, being self-employed and working from home all the time. It was like, all right, well, I'm streaming by myself. Technically, my community's here, but I'm by myself doing this. So I'm not spending time with my friends. I'm not spending time with my family other than my son. And I need some more interaction or whatever. But there's games where I want to do the MSU game. I'm going to try to get my mom or somebody to watch my son during that game so I can stream it for sure. And the Ohio State game. Cause I had a blast calling the Ohio State game last year, man. That was a lot of fun. I don't know if I'll have as much fun this year because I don't know if we're going to win this year. Yeah, and if you're happy, people around you will be happy. I agree with that optic. It's definitely something that is like a domino effect. Okay, Astros versus Mariners tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. on TBS. Love it, Christina. I'm really looking forward to the ALDS. I start to really get into the baseball playoffs at this time, the ALDS and the NLDS. It's clear people don't really recognize talent. Kids these days don't like good content. Yeah, Yeah, it's very true, man. I see like it's that way across the board for a lot of things. Like the Amazon thing I do, I give product review videos, so I just show the product and how to use them and stuff like that. And I really put a lot of time and effort and thought into it. And then some people would be like, some people I'm like, why is their video ranked? Because they've never seen the product a day in their life. They're like supposed to be showing people how to use the product, but they're like, I think this is how you turn it on. And it's like, you think like you're the reviewer, you're supposed to show us. I don't know. It like, I can't like, I'm a quality person. Maybe it's just a perfectionist in me, but it drives me nuts on YouTube. But at the same time, man, I understand that quality and quantity is a debate that's, some people like quantity. Some people would rather have, just a bunch of different videos, whether they have quality or not. And other people like quality. Most people like a mix of both. You going to do the game this year? More than likely. I'd like to do that one for sure. Michigan State and Ohio State, I think I'm going to do. Big predictions for the East. Just off the top of my head, I think it's going to be Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State will be the top three. I don't think we're going to beat Ohio State this year. I know Travis will get mad at me about that, but I try to be a realist, I just don't see how, with 7 new defensive starters and a new defense coordinator, I don't see how we're going to stop the Heisman Trophy favorite and his excellent receivers, especially when Jackson Smith and Jigba comes back. But if we can establish that trench game again, all of a sudden, like I just don't know if we're going to be able to rely on that again this year. I'm sure Ohio State's going to be very prepared for it, and so but if for whatever reason, if they prepared and it still doesn't, if they still can't stop us on the ground, then all of a sudden they're it could change their game plan the way it did last year. Laugh out loud. I got to figure out this mic and video thing. Yes, you do, Travis. Get with the times. Hot take: Texas makes the college football playoff next year. Ewers is really, really good. I called that from a mile away. I think a lot of Ohio State fans did too. It's just one of the situations with Ohio State where you have so many talented quarterbacks. You're unfortunately going to lose some, Burrow in the past or whatever, and Ewers. And obviously Texas probably would have beat Alabama if Ewers didn't get hurt. OSU, Michigan, there you go. Penn State. Yep, that's my order. I didn't really think about the other ones or whatever past that, but that is indeed a very hot take. Penn State, Maryland, Indiana, MSU, State called it LOL. Rutgers. Yep, that looks about right, honestly. What do we think about Illinois? I've been interested in them, man. I haven't watched too much Illinois football, but it's been interesting. It's an interesting ride. There's a lot of interesting stories in college football. The only thing that's disappointed me with the college football season so far is there's been a lot of close but no cigars. I mean, there's been upsets, sure, but there's been a lot of close but no cigars, and I don't like that. I like for sometimes, like back-to-back weeks, you got Missouri almost beating Georgia, would have liked to have seen, or A&M almost beating Alabama, would have liked to have seen one of those two teams go down when they probably should have. Big Ten West predictions. Shoot, that's a lot harder to do. Off the top of my head, because I haven't watched too much Big Ten West, I say Minnesota. I think Wisconsin can bounce back in there. I don't know how many losses they have in the Big Ten. I know they lost to Ohio State. I'm going to say Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa is my top 3, but I'm probably Purdue. I forgot about Purdue. I think Purdue's going to fold later down the stretch. I don't think they've played too many hard teams yet, have they? Prediction on the Michigan game. I keep saying it's going to be close and everything else, but that 7-point spread, I'm a big fan of if a spread surprises you, and I'm usually really good at picking college football games. Really good at it. Obviously, I'm number 1 in our Pick'em League or whatever, and number 318 nationwide, just to brag a little. But when a spread really surprises you, I'm a big fan of feeling like Vegas knows something. So I'm going to say Michigan's going to cover the spread. We're favored by 7, so I think we'll win by 9. I'm going to say I'm so mad about the Iowa game. On the community tab, I said 30-17 is my prediction. We won 27-14, so I got the spread right. We won by 13, but my first guess was 27-14, and then I backspaced it and changed it to 30-17. I'm like, dang it, I had the score right. I should have just stuck with my first instinct. I think Michigan's going to win by 9, so let me go. It's going to be pretty low scoring like last year. Let me go. Trying to think of what would make sense with 9. Now I kind of want to go 10 because that would make more sense with because I'm not going to go like 24-15 or something like that. Let's go 27-17. That seems too high, actually. I'm going to go God, what do I want to do here? Let me think. I keep wanting to say 24-17, but I think we're going to cover the spread. So I'm going to go 24 to I'll go 24-17. I'll just call it a push. I don't think it's going to be a push, but I'll go 24-17. Michigan. Minnesota, Iowa, not bad. Hello, Ray. What up, Nick? What up, Nicholas? You headed to the Maze Out game? I am indeed. I've got more subs since I stopped posting videos than I got a while I was posting videos. That doesn't make sense at all, but I wouldn't be surprised. Wisconsin all the way to 5. Okay. I think Quinn Ewers is the second best quarterback in football, and that O-line class is going to be a huge factor. Yeah. I like Texas. A lot of people think that Texas and Oklahoma are going to fail in the SEC. I don't buy that one bit. I think they might struggle a little bit at first, but when Missouri and A&M first went to the SEC, they did really well. And I don't see why Texas and Oklahoma, they're going to recruit really well, and those are two meccas for football. And now you talk about going to the SEC and being able to play SEC football. I think it'll be no time at all before those teams are really competitive in that division or in conference. All right, let me go rapid fire again. I got to catch up. I'm going to Michigan game and then we're going to leave in 10 minutes. I'm going to Michigan game versus Penn State, although I'm a Michigan fan. Nice. I'll be there, my friend. I'll be there. Lori says Northwestern. For number 6, Mays out, my bad. And Nebraska at last. I thought they were starting to be a little bit better, Nebraska here lately. Little 1-point win over Rutgers. Emden, not a bad place. Kind of pricey there, right? I'm headed to the game. You going, Ray? Yep, sure am, my friend. Go blue. Make the freaking big house loud. Oh, this raspy voice will be there. I've done absolutely awful in this pick'em. Yeah, it's been tough, man. It's been tough for some, not tough for me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure I'll falter. I've never been to the big house. I'm excited to hear 110K fans. Ooh, never been, huh? Yeah, it can get loud there, but it bowls outward. So it's not going to be that loud, and not as loud as you would think. No game I've been into, including the Ohio State-Michigan game in 2017, has been like, it fails in comparison to I've been to Kinnick Stadium now in Iowa. I've been to Happy Valley for Penn State. I've been to Kyle Field for Texas A&M. I've been to Neyland Stadium, Tennessee, Death Valley, or here at Clemson. I've been to South Carolina Stadium, Williams-Brice. So, to be honest with you, Michigan actually, if I took my biased fandom out of the equation, it's a little bit underwhelming. Maybe some Michigan fans are going to feel differently about that. It's cool because you see all these people. It looks huge and everything else, but in terms of actual atmosphere, if you've been to some of the stadiums I've been to, it's a little underwhelming comparatively. You can buy one at MDM. I won't be there, but my store I manage is in section 29 in the stadium. Nice, Cassidy. Why won't you be there though? I'm curious about that. I will be at the state game. Maybe you're just probably busy that day. Your son getting into Michigan yet? I sure hope so. Oh, is he starting to enjoy it? Yeah. Oh yeah. The other day he was on his little, I don't know what to call it, like a little tablet kind of thing, but it's like a toy tablet or whatever. And he was like, Daddy, he kept typing it. And he's like, Daddy, does this say Michigan, please win? Let's go Michigan. While we were watching the game, he was he was like, I'm going to do this so that Michigan will win. And yeah, absolutely. He's loving it. And he's got this Michigan helmet that's behind me or whatever, and he wears it all the time and plays in it. NBA championship pick. Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know, man. I keep thinking the Lakers are going to, I don't want them to, but I keep thinking the Lakers, LeBron usually figures it out at some point, but I don't know. They haven't gotten much around him. I'm just going to go Lakers just out of stupidity purposes. Hope we whip Mel Tucker's booty. I sure hope so, man. I'm telling you, we cannot afford to lose to Michigan State again this year. We can't. What do you think about Hutch and his Michigan Edge University? Yeah, I think so, Garrett. He's the best, man. He's great. 3 sacks in the first half, that one game. There's been times where people have limited him, but it's tough being productive game in and game out as a defensive end. He's really good, and I'm glad we picked him over Thibodeau. I don't like the big I'm glad Trayvon Walker went first or whatever, because I'd rather have Aiden. I don't like the big house when I go there because there's too many peeps, and then I'm only 5'4" for some reason every time someone 6 foot is in front of me. That's always a bummer, right? I know that feeling. I'm 5'6". Yeah, is who you guys going for, Mariners or the Astros? I'm going to go for the Mariners. I don't like the Astros. Sorry, I've been quiet, but do whatever makes you happy, and we will be happy for you. Thanks, Spaghetti. You're good, man. You're good. I got some catching up to do anyways here. I like both, says Ballin. Hutchinson started out great, but not so much lately. Yeah, they're going to, it's tough for a defensive end, like I said, to make a presence a game in and game out. I mean, it's difficult because they're going to, there's some pretty good offensive tackles or whatever that are just as good at what they do or whatever. Does anyone want to join the dead Discord server? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Super Bowl 57 picks 5, Bengals versus 49ers. Ooh, Super Bowl. Well, I said Green Bay to start the beginning of the year, even with without Devontae Adams. I don't know why I'm on a Green Bay kick, but even though their record's okay, they look miserable without Devontae. So, I mean, AFC, I really want to go. I just think Bills would be the safest pick, maybe the Chiefs, but I'm gonna go with the Bills. I think Josh Allen finally gets him over that hump this year. What do y'all think? I'm going to go Bills, and, man, NFC is wide open, isn't it? It's hard for me not to want to go to Green Bay, but I think Tampa Bay is going to figure it out. Bills and Tampa Bay. I'll get back on it. I forgot about it because it went quiet. Yeah, sorry, guys. I went quiet in general. No, I'm good, Ray. I don't see us beating OSU this year. Our offense play calling is stale and predictable. Yeah, it's going to have to get a little bit more creativity, a la the Josh Gaddis, end of era days there. So, yeah, we're going to have to start doing that. Maybe we're holding it out, but a lot of times we've hoped for that, and it didn't end up being the case. Yeah, I have Niners versus Bills. Not bad. If the Cowboys can come back, then I want to see that. I think they're playing pretty well with Cooper. I think last year was just a blimp, and we're headed for another era of OSU dominance in Big Ten football, quite possibly. And that's not really Michigan's fault necessarily. That's just a kudos to Ohio State. They're really good. I got Penn State winning the Big Ten next year. Nicholas Singleton is a bad dude. They could be due up. Penn State always scares me every year, and they definitely scare me this week. I'm looking forward to the game, and it should be a great matchup. We have to at least split this series between Michigan State and Penn State for sure. Give ourselves a chance to win the Big Ten going into the Ohio State week, provided we beat the teams that we're supposed to beat after that. Will Tennessee beat either Georgia or Bama? I say at least one. I'm going to say no. I think they're going to choke, Garrett. I think they're going to choke, and I think you're going to see a different Georgia and Bama team against that team. I could see it. They have the talent to do it, but I just don't think they're quite ready yet. I don't think they're going to play up to their ability in those games. I think they're going to push, you know what I'm saying, and just make some bad decisions and, do some things that they normally wouldn't do against lesser opponents. They played Penn State and lost by a field goal and beat Minnesota. Not shabby. If it rains or snows for the game, Michigan has a chance. Clear weather, OSU wins. Yeah, that definitely helped us last year. I've always admitted that. But if you play at Michigan or Ohio State, that's a factor, could be a factor. So you can't really use it as an excuse, You got to be well-rounded across the board, in the trenches everywhere. I think most Ohio State fans would agree that there was no excuse to be pounded off the line of scrimmage that badly. And I would say that even if it was the other way around. I think Michigan wins by 11. Well, that's going to be, if you're talking about the Ohio State game, I don't know about that. Hot take, Ohio State loses at Penn State. They could be a good matchup. I just don't know if Penn State's going to be ready for that. We'll see. I haven't fully bought into Ohio State fully. I have a lot of confidence in that offense. Not as much in that defense still. Knowles is making them better, that's for sure. But I don't know how often they've really been tested this year, Same goes for Michigan, obviously. 30-20 Michigan, says Nicholas. Agree, Ohio loses at Penn State. They could. I don't know. There's no Barkley at Penn State, That was a difference maker back in the day, Hot take agreed, says Nicholas. I'll take Michigan over Penn State 21-17. That's what it was last year, I think, right? Nicholas says LOL. Hot take, Mike Morris gets 3 sacks against Penn State. I'd love that. Defensive line has definitely been playing better in the latter half of the Iowa game because it was really frustrating me in the first half how we weren't getting to the quarterback really well. And then last game, obviously, against Indiana, we were tearing up their offensive line. I have 27-20 Michigan. Wait, Ray, do you want to meet at the Jug? It opens at 8. Yeah, Nicholas, I'll be in. So find me. Anybody who has a Facebook, hit me up on Facebook. It's Ray Lego. Find me on there. That'll be the best way to get a hold of me. And then, obviously everybody that I'm comfortable with, which is pretty much everybody here, I'll exchange numbers with you. And then we can do, I'm open to do whatever. Just try to keep in mind that I'll have my uncle with me. And to be honest with you, my uncle's kind of like what's the word? He's very much an alpha male. So I would like to believe that I can talk him into you know what I'm saying? I would like to believe that I can talk him into, be able to say to him, hey, I'm going to go come with me. I'm going to go meet a subscriber, but he's an alpha male type. So I got a feeling he's going to kind of make the rules. You know what I'm saying? Like where we're going next and stuff like that, which is fine. He's a nice alpha. He's a great guy. I love him to pieces, but I have a feeling he's going to kind of take charge. So long story short, I want to meet up with everybody. Otherwise, I wouldn't even. If I didn't, I wouldn't even tell you guys that I'm going to be at the game. I want to meet up with as many people. I met up with Travis in Cincinnati when I was in Iowa. On my way to Iowa, I met up with Taylor in Iowa at the game. So obviously, I'm down to meet up with anybody. I just don't like to promise anything because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like things get crazy when there's 100,000 people in the area, and you know what I'm saying? It gets difficult. But yes, find me on Facebook, and we'll see if we can figure something out. For Penn State game, I have 21-10 to Michigan. I just don't know if we're going to hold them to 10 points. Clifford's a very experienced quarterback. He's not going to make too many mistakes. They're not a real prolific offense, but they're not going to really give you the game, I don't think. But they only scored 17 last year, so it's possible. I just don't think our defense is good this year. Opted not a terrible take, especially with how I see Penn State schedules playing out. Michigan 34-23. Penn State has improved their offense. No, they haven't. They scored 17 against Northwestern. I forgot about that. You make a good point. They didn't really play too particularly well against Central Michigan either. Until they add more suites to the north and south end zones, the south won't be as loud as other places. I talked to other people and a lot of Michigan fans that most older Michigan fans are traditionalists, so they're going to want to keep the big house always. And I get it. And we're probably always going to do that. So it's kind of a dumb thing for me to even talk about. But some part of me has always been like, why don't we get a new stadium? Why don't we get with the times? But there's just too much tradition there. But it's kind of like, do you want the tradition if you're Michigan, or do you want to make a new tradition and start winning football games again? Because I'm telling you, in college football, in my opinion, the home crowd and the loudness of a stadium is your biggest advantage. And I think Michigan is really failing itself in that area. I understand tradition. Maybe I'm just a dumb millennial, but I personally, my vote would be get a new stadium that's actually a home field advantage. And just, whatever, keep the big house around for, I don't know. I went to the Michigan versus Army game that had 113K people in 2019. And then last week in Indiana, there was 55K. I didn't even know they fit that much in Bloomington. Imagine if Lumen Field, Seahawks, seated as many people as the big house. Yeah, no joke. That place would be wild. Speak for yourself, Ray. I was at the Michigan versus Wisconsin game in 2018. It was almost deaf by the time I got home. That game was a little bit louder. That was a night game, right? That might be a different story. What's up, Ray? Says Brady. Connie, right? Hello. Good to see you. Nice chatting, Ray. Got to make some dinner. Take care. Take care, Mark. Appreciate you, buddy, man. Always great to see you, man. We'll be here next week if you're here. Thanks, buddy. Michigan Penn State should be a night game. Atmosphere will be totally different, similar to the Washington game last year. Yeah, that big noon kickoff on Fox has really changed things. My best friend's wife passed, and we have the funeral. Oh, okay. Sorry to hear that, Cassidy. I'm really sorry to hear that, man. I would say that's a reasonable reason not to be able to go. Sorry, buddy. My prayers are with you and his family. Christina says, bye, Ellis. Andrew says, if I was in Happy Valley, it'd probably be a night game, white out. There you go. Oh, if it was, yeah, I think so. I think it would be. 27-17 Michigan wins. I would take that all day. That's kind of that's the answer I kind of wanted to go with, but a loss. I finally picked 24-17, didn't I? I want the Mariners to win, but the Astros will. Actually, you know what? That's final guess, 27-17. Connie has me convinced. I want the Mariners to win too. I've always loved the Mariners. I'm a Tigers fan first and foremost, but the Mariners are my secret team because I was a big Ken Griffey Jr. fan growing up. Okay, Ray, that's one for Mariners and one for Astros. Lions to the Super Bowl, LOL. Man, people really bought into that Dan Campbell hype, didn't they? That guy can't coach, man. I'm sorry. I said it. I called it last year. I know I did. And people like Dan Campbell and his personality, and I do too. But Nice doesn't win football games, man, and it's not going to. Yeah, NFC is wide open. It is indeed. Bills would be safe, but usually the best team doesn't come. Yeah, I say safe, but safe-ist. You know, like there's a lot of good teams in the AFC. It's pretty wide open. Ravens look pretty dang good too. 13-0 Raiders. Yep, 14-0. Georgia's a little overrated. Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, they'll find a way. They'll get it together. Grandpa Clifford doesn't pay off every year for the Nittany Lions. No, he doesn't. Hello, University of Michigan. What up? Facebook, says Nicholas. Yes, find me on Facebook. I'll check. I'll add you on there, Nicholas. Appreciate you, buddy. I gave up on Sparty. Might wear a U of M shirt at the Michigan U of M game. There you go. I like that idea. I like that. Is he from Ann Arbor? Is who from Ann Arbor? Yo, I was at the Iowa game, says Michigan. Nice. Nice. Why didn't you hit me up on the I put on the community tab. I'm just messing with you, but I put on the community tab to meet up with me. Anybody that sees it. Taylor, I actually ran into by coincidence. You know, I don't think we were going to run into each other. And, you know, out of all the, I think they sit like 73,000 at Kinnick Stadium. I might be wrong on that, but all those people out there, and he happened to be walking behind me or whatever. And I heard him and was able to say hello. Come to the bright side, Brady. Go blue. There you go. Go blue, go blue, go blue, go blue. Travis Hamler. Yeah. There we go. Where's your Facebook? It's Ray Lego. If yours is under Nicholas Alonde, I'll look for you on there. Lego like the building blocks, LEGO. Easy, Ray. Let's not leave the big house. Gen X here. Yeah. I figured the older generation will like it that way. Not calling you old, Brian. You're just older than I am. And I get it. You know, my dad would probably tell me to shut up if he heard me say that. So I can understand that. But it's just like, you know, I want to win. I think I really, in college, I think is a big deal. I really do, man. I've been to a lot of stadiums that are crazy loud, and it's really difficult for the opposing team. And, you know, at that age, you're not a professional, so you don't really know how to handle that noise as well. And the coaching staff isn't as prepared for it and all that stuff. Yeah, please don't spam yet. So I want a new stadium, but I'm probably in the minority with that. The big house can get loud if the students stay around. It can get loud, but Cassidy, like my rebuttal question would be, how many, like, what stadiums have you been to? Like, you've probably been to Ohio State, maybe. I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't set foot there, but, you know, you've probably been to some big ones. But again, I've been to 4 of the 5 biggest, and the other 3 biggest that I've been, you know, I would almost venture to say that Michigan is the quietest stadium I've been to out of. And again, I've been to an Ohio State game, so I used to think it was just because I went to a Purdue and an Indiana game there, but I also went to the Ohio State game, and I just wasn't like, I could hear myself talk next to my dad, you know, during the game. And I'm telling you, at Neyland, Kyle Field, Happy Valley, all those places, you can't hear yourself talk next to the person. We drive in Friday, and we drive into Ann Arbor from Michigan Saturday. Nice. I'd love that drive over mine. Mine's 11 hours. Call me Brady. There you go. Okay. All right, Brady. Ray, if the game were to be played this Saturday, who do you have and score? If Michigan were to play Ohio State this Saturday, I would go, I think it'd be a pretty high scoring personally. I would go 41-31 Ohio State. My son was so into the Michigan game on Saturday. It was a fun one. It was a fun one for sure. I mean, not fun at all times. I'll tell you that. I was nervous plenty, but definitely, I've changed over the years with Michigan football. I think the older I get, the less nervous I get. It's just, you know how it is. Like, people who've been watching Michigan football for a long time, or just their team for a long time. You get used to like your team's tendencies, and obviously history is not an ultimate factor, but it just feels like it is sometimes. It's like, it feels like Michigan's going to do this, and we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain it. When I was watching the Indiana game, at the end of the day, I was like, I think we're going to pull apart at some point. I think we're going to pull away from them at some point in the second half, and we did. Fox Network loves Michigan, and that is why the game is at noon. That has been 4 weeks in a row, Cassidy, that we're the big noon kickoff. Isn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what they said last week, that it was the 3rd week in a row, and now this will be the 4th week. My son would scream 3rd down when Indy was on 3rd, and when he watched YouTube highlights and he could hear himself. That's awesome. From the highlights, that's too cool. I went to Washington, D.C. for the 4. Not bad. I've been there. I used to live about 20 minutes from there, 25, I think. Test, says Nicholas. Ray, we come in Saturday from Michigan into Ann Arbor, and we always head to the Jug. I got to check out this Jug place. I think, yeah, is that like a bar or something? Yes, twice to Ohio, 3 times to South Bend. Never been there. I'd love to go there. One time. You've been to Clemson, Cassidy? That's awesome. Clemson's probably the loudest stadium I've been in. Yeah, I would say Clemson's probably the loudest stadium I've been in. Clemson or Neyland. Happy Valley was really loud, but I think Clemson or Neyland was louder, in my opinion. Lee Tilton, which that's subjective, in many ways. I see you, Ray, added. Nice. Appreciate it, Nicholas. It's a breakfast place. Oh, cool. Got it. I like breakfast. Yes, 4-5 with Michigan State. Nice. Michael Phelps is going to be at the game Saturday as an honorary captain. That's a good one. I was disappointed. My dumb butt, I don't keep track as much with the pregame stuff anymore. I was disappointed when I went to the Iowa game. I didn't know that Charles Woodson wasn't on the big noon, and he hasn't been there for a while. But I thought he was on there. I was like looking forward to like being, within. That's my all-time favorite player, man. I'd love if I could ever get an autograph from that guy. I think Cassidy told me. Maybe I'm wrong, Cassidy. Didn't you tell me you have an autograph with Charles Woodson or whatever? A Charles Woodson autograph? Maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, I am losing my voice. So let me catch up with the comments and everything. And we did say we were going to end at 9, and I'm going to try to be a little bit better about being strict or whatever about ending that stuff or whatever, so I can get a good night rest. Got some things I got to do the Tuesday and Wednesday before I head to Michigan. But if you're in the area, obviously I got a lot of people that are in the Michigan area. Please feel free to hit me up. Travis, hit me up for sure, man. I'll be going back through Cincinnati. I don't know if I can meet this time around because I'm trying to do a one-day shot from South Carolina to Michigan this time around. But definitely hit me up, man, or I'll shoot you a text or whatever if when I'm going through Cincinnati if we can meet up. But I doubt I'll be able to meet up this time. I'm hoping to get it one-day shot, and it's an 11-hour drive. So my cousin graduated from Clemson. She was on the softball team and rowing team. Awesome, man. It's a good school. I make fun of them a lot, but it is a good school. Michigan versus Maryland was new game on Fox. Was it Fox noon kickoff there too? I don't remember. I think it was. I could be wrong, but I know it was a noon game, so I think it was. Because I think that last week they said it was the 3rd week in a row for Michigan, and now next week will be 4. Cassie says, yes. Okay, dude, I am jealous. I think Woodson will be at big noon kickoff this Saturday. Yeah, because he like makes guest appearances, I guess, now. MLB World Series predictions. I have Dodgers versus Mariners. Dodgers win in 5 games. That's actually a really good guess because a lot of times like one of the teams that goes in, like the Braves last year, they weren't really expected to make it to the World Series, and they did, and they ended up winning it. Dodgers are due up again. I was surprised they didn't win last year, honestly. Since I came to Michigan for college, my grandfather calls me every Saturday, Sunday to happily tell that school down. I like it. Have a good road trip and go blue. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate it. I think next Monday when you guys see me, if you're here or whatever, I think my voice might be all but shot by then, but we'll give it a go for sure. And I will try to make the questions a little bit easier next week. Sorry. Ray, make me a friend. Will do, my friend. I'll add you. Enjoy the trip, Ray. As always, go Bucks. Thanks, Lee. Appreciate that, my friend. Hey, go blue, though. Go blue. Appreciate you, buddy. Woodson, Uncle Bo, and a few more. Heart. Man, you got it. You got it made, Cassidy. You got it made. I went to the Notre Dame Marshall game. I left after the pick 6. I called that game. I called it. I said that Notre Dame was, at the very least, I knew it was going to be a close one. Notre Dame does that every year, man. They get in a close game with some team like out of left field, that they have no business being in a game with. And I actually called them to be upset. I mean, I didn't win anything off of it. I didn't make a bet on it or anything, but no problem, man. I'll text you Thursday. Sounds great, Travis. I mean, happily tell me that the school down south, down the road won. Yeah, well, all that really matters is when we play them, right? I'll send you a message. Sounds good. Woodson is part of Fox. He will also be at Meyer signing for his whiskey. Oh, thanks for that note, Cassidy. I would do anything for a Charles Woodson. I was telling my mom last week, I was like, or 2 weeks ago when I was at the Iowa game, I was like, I'd literally like him and Barry Sanders. If I can ever get their autographs, I will freak out. Also be at Meyer, the one in Ann Arbor, I'm assuming, or close to Ann Arbor. I'll have to see if I can make that happen, so I can share the location of the Jug. I will buy his whiskey no matter how expensive it is if I get an autograph. Okay, good deal, Nicholas. Sounds like a plan, my friend. The Fox Big Noon kickoff. Michigan fans were legit. One of the fans had a sign, losers instead of Hoosiers. I like that. That's good. That's good. I went basic when I went to the Indiana game. I was in high school, though. And I put, hey, Indiana, who's your daddy? It's been done. It's not original. Nice. Appreciate it, Nicholas. All right, guys, I'm going to head out. Hope you guys enjoyed trivia. It was fun. I will send a message to you. I may be able to get you one. Cassidy, please do, man. Please do. I really appreciate that. Charles, I've said for years if I can get a Charles Woodson, I'm not a big autograph person. Like, I try to be, what I'm saying? Like, when I did that internship at UCLA or whatever, and I met a lot of pro athletes, and I really, they're humans too. So I try not to be like, oh, can I get your autograph? Can I get your autograph? But if it's already an autograph signing, that's a whole different story, man. And I've always said Charles Woodson's the one I would love to have. Him and Barry. Nicholas says, thank you. Also about Parking Pass. Yes, please do. So I'm assuming you have a Facebook, so feel free to hit me up on there. If not, I think you follow I might have to get on the On Tap Sports Twitter and hit you up there. I'll find a way to get a hold of you. This stream was 10 out of 10. Thanks, Lori. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I will make next week a little bit easier with the trivia. I think overall everybody enjoyed the trivia, like with the way it was structured. They just need easier questions. So I'll take that note, and I will tell my production crew, and we will make the changes. Did you cheer for MSU or OSU this past weekend? Just curious. I cheered for MSU, and I usually don't. But I always hope that OSU loses twice before they even play us, because some people are like, I want to play the best team, the best version or whatever, so it looks better on a resume. Nah, man, I want to already have the Big Ten locked up before we play them if we could. That'd be great, but whatever. We'll play better if we need. I don't know. We'll see. But I cheered for MSU. I never really expect OSU to. When's the last time they've had 2 Big Ten losses going into the Michigan game? Probably doesn't happen very often. Notre Dame has the best tailgate areas. I'm sure they do. I'd love to go to a Notre Dame fan. That's weird for me to say as a Michigan or Notre Dame game, but that's weird for me to say as a Michigan fan, but I'd love that experience. Go Blue. Have fun this weekend. Go Blue, baby. Man, if we get this W, it's going to be big. It's going to be huge. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm going to head out. I appreciate everybody. Hope everybody had fun. I know I did. And we will see y'all next Monday for trivia from 7:30 to 9 p.m. God bless. Take care. And we'll see you soon.